Man, Pastor Mike Todd has been dripping lately, like dripping, like rapper dripping. And I noticed this a few weeks ago on Instagram. He had posted a reel on Instagram, and I sent it to my friend, and I was like, yo, that Cuban link chain is dancing. And then I was on YouTube yesterday, and a sermon of his came up from the Transformation Homecoming. I was watching a little bit of it. I'll be honest, I don't really watch too much of Mike Todd's sermons anymore. I used to a lot back in the day when I first was, getting started with my walk, but I've fallen off of it. I haven't watched a full sermon in a few years now. But what I noticed is that this man is dripping, dancing. Diamonds are dancing, doing the freaking sturdy on them. The diamonds are going crazy. And I'm like, okay, it's not a sin to have nice things. It's not bad to have nice things, right? The Bible does say that the humble will be exalted. The Bible says to not store up our treasures here on earth, right? And I'm not saying it's a sin to have nice things, but I think it's a conversation that we should have. Like, as a pastor, do we need to have all of this is what I'm saying, because he's literally walking around with a down payment on his body. He's literally walking around with a Toyota Camry on his body, the one with the red leather seats. You know which one I'm talking about, the top of the model one on his body. And I'd be wearing this little chain, and this is like it's probably like a $200 chain, like nothing crazy. But sometimes I'd be thinking like, man, should I be wearing this? Like, I don't know if I should be wearing this. But then to see him and how much jewelry he has on, from the watch to the bracelet to the Cuban to everything, it's like, man, maybe it's fake. Maybe they're fake. But if you look at the video, you see how the light is bouncing off them diamonds. I would be very surprised if it was not real. And that would beg the question of, okay, if it's not real, why do you have all this fake jewelry on in the first place? Why don't you just wear just a little, basic little accessory piece? And I don't know if you feel the same way that I do about this, but I feel like it's really cool. And this is something that my dad would always tell me, is like, it's really cool when somebody has money, because we already know Mike Todd, he's a millionaire. He's got the bag. We already know that you're good. We know. But it's cool when somebody has money but doesn't necessarily look like they have money. Not to say that they look bummy, right? Not to say that they got to wear the same, hoodie every single video. Not to say that, but to say like, it's cool when they can have money but still at the same time present an appearance of being humble. That's really cool. There used to be this one dude that my dad used to talk about who had millions and millions and millions of dollars, but still drove a 20-year-old car. Like, you would never even know that this guy was literally a millionaire because he was still driving a 20-year-old car. And I'm not saying that everyone has to do that. I'm not saying it's bad to have nice things, but I'm saying as a pastor with people in your congregation, with people in your church who are probably behind on bills, who could probably use some money, who are probably looking at you like, man, he's doing well. Is that the best place to be boasting? That's all I'm saying. Because we've gone from a new level. We've gone from a level of pastors just wanting to, fit in with the world so that they could reach the world, which is not bad. Paul said something similar, that he made himself like, certain people so that he could preach the gospel to them. It's not a bad thing necessarily, but now we're kind of taking a step up to where it's like, okay, not only are we looking like the world, we're acting like the world, and we're actually looking like the most extreme part of the world. Like, the most extreme part of the world from like a flaunting and flossing standpoint are the rappers, are the athletes, are the entertainers. Mike Todd out here looking like a whole rapper. He got the whole Cuban link like Rod Wave. Like, I don't know, and this is just a guess, and you can see by the thumbnail, I just conservatively guessed that, hey, maybe he dropped about, maybe 36,000 on this. But this was me all lowballing the numbers. If you look at different jewelry, the specific jewelry that he has, I don't know exactly the jewelry that he has. And yes, I know I'm pocket watching. Okay, so what? I'm pocket watching, whatever. So what? But if you look at the jewelry that he has, just do a Google search. Just say the average cost of a Cuban link, the average cost of a diamond white gold tennis necklace, the average cost of a tennis white gold Cuban link bracelet. Just look up the average cost. I lowballed everything and I came out with $36,000, but this could easily be $50,000, if not more, on his body during church, which is kind of crazy to me. And once again, I'm not necessarily saying it's a sin, but is it necessary is the question. Is it necessary? Could he come up to church just wearing one chain and a watch? Absolutely. And I think he would still look fly. I think he would still be dripped out. I just don't know if this is necessary. I don't know if this is a look that we need to be going for. Not to say you got to look like me and, look bummy and wear the same thing every single day. But at the same time, I think for some people, it kind of distracts from the message. For me, I was watching the video from their homecoming service that they had the other day, and it was definitely distracting me from the message. Like the diamonds were dancing, literally blinding me in the face. And if I'm distracted by it, I'm sure other people are going to be distracted by it. And I just don't think it's necessary. Not to say anything negative or talk bad on Mike Todd or, hate or pocket watch, which, maybe I am pocket watching. Maybe you think I'm hating in this video, but it is what it is. I'm just calling it how I see it. I don't necessarily think it's necessary. I don't think it's, edifying to the church. And I'm curious to know what y'all think about it. Should pastors be walking around looking like a whole rapper out here, looking like Rod Wave, looking like Future Hendrix? Should we be walking around looking like this? Or should we take a more humble approach? Because like I said, we already know you got it. We know you're a millionaire. You don't got to, show it even more. We know you got it. But what do y'all think? Get in my comments. Let me know. Subscribe. I'm out.